Moines Chamber of Commerce's CEO Insight Series. We are so excited to bring this back. My name is Catherine Harrington, the very proud president and CEO of the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce. And today we have Ben Vallier, CEO of the Iowa Clinic. So welcome, Ben.
Thanks, Catherine. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about the Iowa Clinic. We all know it's an amazing facility. You've been award-winning for Best of the West for many years running. So tell us about the Iowa Clinic and your secret sauce.
Sure. Well, thank you, and it's an honor to be considered for that award again this year. We take deep pride in being part of the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce and the West Des Moines community, as well as the Greater Des Moines Metro. So the Iowa Clinic, we're an independent, multi-specialty medical practice. We have about 1,000 employees. We have a dozen locations around the metro with our kind of headquarters right here in West Des Moines where we started. And we've got 43 medical and surgical subspecialist practices all over the metro. And so that's who we are, and we're here to take care of patients, everything from pediatrics to orthopedics to vascular surgery and really just about everything in between.
This is amazing. 1,000 employees, that's amazing. A lot of specialty areas. Do you have some specialty areas that you're known for big time, like some award-winning specialty areas that you just say, this is our shining stars?
Well, we have so many of those, and I'd probably be remiss if I mentioned a couple and left some out. But what I would say is we're tremendously proud, in particular over the past couple of years, of our ICU and critical care pulmonology team. They were working double duty all throughout the pandemic in the ICUs at Methodist and at Mercy, really helping to take care of those patients when I think we were needed the most. Patients from all over the state, patients from all over the Midwest coming here for care, and I couldn't be more proud of the work that they did at just the right time for the patients.
Oh, it's amazing. So tell us about telehealth a little bit too, because I was reading you're heavy into telehealth as well, and how has that changed over the years?
Well, we've been doing telehealth for a long time.
Okay.
Obviously, it increased a lot during kind of the height of the pandemic. We continue to offer telehealth services, but we find that I think right now patients are pretty happy to come in and see face-to-face, see the physician face-to-face and talk about those issues. So we'll continue to offer telehealth. We'll see what our patients, our customers need from us, and we'll be there to offer those services, however that continues to evolve.
That's amazing. So we at the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce, we're trying really, really hard to draw people from all around the world to move to West Des Moines. We're embarking on a national advertising campaign next year. So as new folks move to West Des Moines, tell us about your primary care. I know it's really important from a health perspective to choose a primary care doctor once you have your family that moves here. Tell us about your primary care offerings.
Sure. So we have primary care at a variety of locations. I think we're at around 12 now throughout the metro.
Wow.
And primary care is so important because that's really the kind of the quarterback of healthcare, if you will, right? Your primary care doctor is the one that tries to keep you healthy proactively. And then when you do need something from a healthcare standpoint, they're the ones that try to kind of help you navigate the healthcare system, get to the right specialist, get the right test at the right time, get on that right medication, start that exercise or that diet regimen, something they talk about frequently, as you might imagine. So that primary care relationship is super important, and that's really our commitment to the Des Moines Metro, to West Des Moines, is to be here for our patients, for our customers, for our community when they need us the most. And we're trying to do that close to home. So you'll continue to see the Iowa Clinic open up new clinics as the Metro continues to grow.
Well, and it does sound like you're expanding, which is great. So serving a lot of needs for a lot of different communities.
We certainly are. We're right now we're in the midst of building about a 50,000 square foot building in Waukee,
Nice.
Where we'll also have a surgery center. We'll have diagnostic testing and a lot of different specialties. We're also very excited about opening this year the first outpatient cardiac cath lab in the state of Iowa, and we're doing that right here in West Des Moines at our headquarter building on University Avenue. So we're excited to get that open later this year and be able to offer a new level of heart care on the outpatient side of things, where things are just a little bit more convenient and a little less costly, a little quicker to get in and out, and hopefully more of a home type of feel and setting.
Oh wow, that's really neat. So cath lab, cardiac care. So I was going to ask you the question of, you're a CEO, you obviously work really long hours, so what do you do outside of running a company with 1,000 employees? What is close to your heart? No pun intended, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you're about to tell us. So.
Yeah, well, first of all, close to my heart are my three little girls, 10, 8, and 6.
Amazing.
They keep us very busy, and I couldn't be more proud of them and the time I get to spend with them. But I'm also involved with a couple of not-for-profit organizations here in town. First, the Diablo Clinic Healthcare Foundation, a foundation our physician started several years ago. We do a lot with free clinics and supporting other organizations and sports physicals for our local public school systems. Do a lot of cool things there. This year, it's my privilege to be able to be the chair for the Heart of Greater Des Moines American Heart Association Heart Ball.
Love it.
So that kicks off, that's February 11th this year. We're doing a Staying Alive theme, a 1970s theme, but we're going to be raising money for the great things that the American Heart Association does in terms of research and CPR training and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So cardiac care is so central to what we do at the Iowa Clinic, to our mission to take great care of people, and obviously goes with a lot of things we've seen throughout the country and really a need that we have here in Central Iowa.
Yeah, well, I am also really honored to be on your executive leadership committee for the Heart Ball, February 11. Mark your calendars. That's going to be amazing. Staying alive, what a great theme. So that's going to be a lot of fun and helping others at the same time. So tell us how, I remember, Ben, when you moved to town, it was, goodness gracious, during the pandemic, was it not, when you took this leadership role?
August of 2020, it sure was.
Okay,
yeah.
August of 2020, here you are. Okay, well, that's amazing. So tell us, how did you get where you are? You're a young CEO. We have a lot of young professionals that are involved in West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce. How did you get here? We'd love to kind of hear your advice, because it's amazing. You're very accomplished, so.
Well, thank you. And I think first and foremost, I've been very, very blessed and probably more than a little bit fortunate to be in the right situations at the right time. I was fortunate to be appointed CEO at the age of 32.
Wow.
And was a chief operating officer for a couple of years prior to that. So I think more than anything, in terms of the parts of those things that I could actually control myself, I really tried to be the person that always took on the project, the initiative, or the problem that no one else had been able to solve. And I've failed many times in trying to solve those problems, but I've always tried to be the person that would raise their hand and say, all right, let's go figure this out. I'll spend the extra time, I'll put in the extra effort, I'll take the risk, whatever it means to try to solve a problem. That was some advice that was given to me by a CEO when I started my career, and I've tried to always follow that. What he didn't tell me is that when you're the person that raises your hand, you're going to be there the latest, you're going to come in the earliest, and you're probably going to have more failures than other folks. And I've certainly had my share. But if I was to tell somebody else, hey, here's the path to being a CEO, by age 35 or 40 or whatever the goal is, it'd probably be something along those lines.
Wow, that's really, really cool. I love that. So doing the extra work, going the extra mile, yeah, and making a big statement by saying, hey, I can do this, I'm going to try this. But you learn from your failures too. So that's, yeah, huge. Well, kudos to you. That's very, very impressive. So if you had to tell your younger self something, what would you say? What would you, yeah.
I think what I would say, that's a great question. I think what I would say is worry less about what your peers think of you and focus on what you can do to serve your people. Try to serve your people every single day. Find new and better ways to serve them, to meet their needs, to get barriers out of the way for your people. And I think that's the kind of the foundation for the kind of team culture you want to have. It'll propel your career, it'll propel your organization, but it makes your people feel like they're part of something meaningful. And so I'm sure I've failed at that many, many times as well, but that's what I would go back and I would tell my younger self, focus on the people.
Can you talk a little bit about some of those initiatives? Everybody right now is working on culture, trying to figure out what that is and sort of solve for that. So what are some things that you do that's been really successful?
Well, I think right now we're at a place where, certainly in the healthcare community, we have a huge shortage of nurses and of clinical support staff. So we're really focused on trying to be the absolute best place to work and the best place to receive care. We know that we can be a great place to work, have a strong workplace culture that will attract the best people, and then they'll provide the best care to our customers. So that's what we're focused on, and we're doing that specifically in a variety of different ways. We're trying to make sure that we're being responsive, we're listening, and we're being responsive to what our employees are telling us. So at least once a year, I'm trying to take a major action to change something in our organization in response to consistent and clear feedback from our team. So at least once a year, we want to do something there. We're constantly looking at how do we do benefits, and how do we do flexibility, and how do we address all those things in the healthcare setting where you can't just be at home, you got to be there to give shots and to take blood pressures and to do all that good stuff, right? So we don't have some of those same flexibilities. We want to create other flexibilities. So we have a SPARK committee that's special people are recognized. We do a couple of surveys throughout the year and try to have quick responses to those, to create accountability for me as CEO to follow up on those issues, to bring resolutions back to our team. We did a profit sharing program this year. We think we're the only healthcare institution in the metro that's doing a profit sharing program with our team based on a couple of our growth goals. So we're trying to, what we call that is our employee partnership program. So we want to make our employees partners in the success of our company and treat them a little bit, as much as we can, like they're owners, because we want everyone to have ownership in the work that we do.
Wow, okay, amazing. So are you hiring?
We absolutely are.
Okay.
We absolutely
I know
are.
if you're like everybody else, you probably are certainly hiring, but, so okay, you're hiring. It sounds like an amazing place to work. So if you are looking for one of the best workplaces in central Iowa, the Iowa Clinic is where to go. So that's wonderful. And of course, people can visit your website to find out more. I'm sure your postings are there and
Yep.
on the other locations, typical places too. So.
They sure are. It'd be hard to miss them LinkedIn and everywhere else.
Okay, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Ben, for joining us today for our CEO Insight series. And thank you so much for being one of our highly valued President's Council members. That is our upper echelon membership that really helps to keep the West Des Moines Chamber and our city strong, to help create new programs that really puts a spotlight on West Des Moines and why we're such a great city. So thank you to our viewers for joining us in today, and tune in for next time for the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce's CEO Insight series. Go West!